Hello, my name is Robert Galera, and the other day, well, yesterday exactly, Saturday, I received a text message actually from a close friend of mine informing me that Becca Prince had passed away. I am actually in total shock, actually, to find this actually, and Becca was actually one of my best friends. She modeled for me. We got really close actually in these past 2 years, and to see this actually just really shook me to my nerve. Like, I couldn't really believe it. So I read this. And this is basically forwarded from another mutual friend of ours. I did my research, and I looked in, and because I was wondering, like, I know the last time Becca and I had talked, it wasn't a very pleasant conversation. It was just basically she I don't mean to decipher her in any good name, but she was a little belligerent, and I was like, what is going on? And apparently, like, the thing that she was arguing with me over was mainly because this mutual friend was apparently, I guess there was like a miscommunication or something like that. There was like a very big misunderstanding, but Becca was just in a very bad way. And I don't want to get too much into it, but I pretty much would just like, okay, I didn't know how to actually react, because I know Becca gets like this sometimes. I'm gonna eventually talk to her, and we're gonna figure things out and blah blah, and I this and that. But then I just, as I'm doing my research, actually, I come up, I see a bunch of posts of basically everybody telling her, of how that she had passed away, and I'm like, what? This can't be real. Like, this can't be real. And pretty much the source of all this is a post actually by her mother. There's the post reads here. Let me see if I can bring up the real post. Oh wait, wrong one. The post from her mother reads, this is my beautiful daughter Becca. I gave birth to her May 5th, 1990, and I held her as she died in July 8th, 2021. After she had come close to ending her life, she struggled with mental illness and addiction. She had difficult with relationships. She was unbearably lonely before she died. Please, if you know someone who is struggling, reach out to them, even if it's just a text, thinking, to tell them you're thinking of them. People are in fragile in ways you cannot understand. At Shark Bite Surprise, haha. And that just really, it just struck a chord that this is real, and I'm just and I'm just, and I just can't believe it that she's gone. I hadn't spoken to her in a month. The last time I saw her was in May, a week after her birthday. Just to see this and everything, it hurts me like nothing else. I can't stop crying. I haven't been able to stop crying since I found the news. Oh God. I loved Becca. I really did. She was such a sweet person. She was always good to me. I know her and I had our difficulties. I'm not gonna say we really actually had our difficulties, but sometimes we had our disagreements, and just there were some points where we weren't speaking because of this and that, just of hot-headedness. But just I always genuinely loved her, and I always just genuinely cared for her, and I always wanted the best for her. But just to read this and then read all the replies, like, her Facebook and her Instagram of people that remember her and everything, just telling her how much they loved her. And and how could she have done this? How did I not see this coming? I had stopped. I had partially just stopped speaking to her before and all this and that, and I wish there were times where I should have just reached out just to see how she was doing within at least maybe a week after our last talk. But I just didn't know how she would react, because there have been times where basically she had actually given me attitude, but I was just like, I always respect, and I always just, all right, I was just like, I'll give you your space. And just, I really honestly can't believe it. I've been devastated ever since. And just, I loved her, and she was always so sweet. And just looking at her, I can't believe that she's gone. And what hurts me the most is I'll never be able to see her again, and I'll never be able to make up with her. Over the last time we talked, and how I just wish I could have just told her how much I cared about her and how much I loved her, and how much I still do. And this hurts, and I can't get, and I'm not gonna be able to get over this for a long time. I know. Yeah. I know she always had basically her problems. She was always suffering with depression, and this and that. But I always knew she was strong. Every time actually, I see like a video from her post where she talks about her depressions, I'd always reach out to her. It's like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Or just a simple like, I'd send her the this and that. I mean, just watching all this actually, her minds and her ramblings of everything, and she was always thankful for people, this and that. She always spoke her mind, and she was just such a beautiful woman. She was just such a beautiful soul. And I know, pardon me for, I can't believe that she is gone. I mean, I had seen her a week after her birthday. I knew she was lonely actually, I think maybe on her birthday, and I'd been wanting to see her for a while, and I promised her that like the next time I see her, I remember once the last time I saw her, I took the day, I had the day off, and I had gone to the gym, and I had told her, it's like, hey, one of these days I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to surprise you with barbecue. And then after that, maybe we can go to the beach and go skate, like, because we had been talking about actually going to go skate. I mean, here, I got text messages actually, and I want, this was actually, I think in might have been March or May, but I know, oh wow, it's March, because I know like at the time I was doing this one thing, and I was in the Orange County area, and I wanted to come down and see her to see if, after like my photo shoot with another model, and I'd always told her like, let's go skate, let's go skate the boardwalk in Newport. And it's like the saddest is that I actually did, the last day I saw her, a week after her birthday, I brought food, and we grilled it, and we hanged out in her patio for a few hours, and we got to catch up, and it was pretty marvelous and everything like that. And the thing about it, we didn't get to go to the beach because it was I think 60 degrees actually, and it didn't hit higher until like somewhere around 4 o'clock, and she had already kind of like, she had studying to do actually, because she was studying for her state board exam actually to be an official barber. She was practicing that for a long time, and I always wanted to get my haircut from her, because God knows I always need a haircut and stuff, and I really always wanted to actually, like, she said she would be down, and I think even during COVID actually we could have maybe made a plan, but I think I don't know, I mean, who knows, I mean, it was such a difficult these last like 18 months actually, I've been like, I've been very told, and I'm pretty sure she it caused her some psychological damage. I mean, she really cared about her father. She really loved her father. She didn't want to go out and about or whatever, potentially catching this goddamn plague upon us, and then giving her to her father and everything like that. She was always so cautious actually about her health, and how she would always like, spread germs to people and stuff. And just, when I remember when I actually got to like, I had the skates actually, I had the scooter in the in my trunk of my car. I brought them out, and we were actually like riding them for like, throughout our neighborhood. But I guess I don't think she could have been able to endure too much of a skating so much and everything like that. So I guess skating the boardwalk was pretty much out actually. But I love Becca. She these are the conversations that we had. I mean, I always knew she basically she had she always had like low energy from her videos, like, just like she had her bad days and she had her good days. And, this right here is a text message that I'm showing you up top. It's like, thank you, Robert. I appreciate the B-Day gift, because it was your birthday, and I sent her like $40 for her birthday, and here's another one. It's like, oh yeah, I think text messages actually, she wants to she was super down to destroy shit. She sent me happy birthday. You're so welcome. Thank you for being a great friend, Robert. I hope you have an incredible day. Like, she hit me up on my birthday actually, and this, and I think at that point in time, I was actually getting off social media myself for a while because, I couldn't stand the damage that it caused. And the in context to the Super Destroy, that's one of the things about her that I always loved, that she was actually really, she was always down to be creative. Like, she shot, she modeled for me, and I'm a photographer. I got to shoot her and do all this and that. She always had such a great look, and it was amazing that basically, apparently she had a big career actually as a model, before she got into before she became a barber. And I'm guessing, and then one of the ways how we met was basically in the beginning of 2020. She had seen photos that I did with another neutral friend of ours, and she actually liked what was going on. And I'm guessing, basically, I guess, meeting me and and seeing her, what she was doing, I just basically wanted her to come out of retirement, and we did our first photo shoot actually in February of 2020. And it was like such a great endeavor. It was such a great thing. We got along instantly, became friends instantly. It was a beautiful thing. And in the context actually of the super down to destroy shit text right here that she sent me, I had wanted to do a video shoot actually, where the idea was basically, instead of glamorizing, glamour and beauty and all this and that, I wanted to make a video and also take still photos actually of a model like breaking things into pieces, actually, just in the idea of expressing rage and anger. I just try to get like that focus, and she was actually like really into it. But again, it was just like it was a scheduling issue, and can we really actually take the time to go all the way out to these locations and stuff like that. And that's one of the things that really hurts me the most actually with Becca's passing, is the fact that the last time I saw her, we were talking that we need to like make plans to go to these places. She wanted to go to Spalding Ranch because she loved the Murder Manson. She loved the Manson family incident actually. Like, she was really into that case study. And Spalding Ranch was a place where the Manson family had visited. And I also wanted to take her to the Mike and Missile launch set, a place with all sorts of graffiti, because she loves graffiti. She just loved being adventurous. She loved going out. She always loved seeing new places. She always, she was truly a beautiful spirit. And it just, this whole thing is just, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. This is the only photo that was ever taken of us. I never got to take a selfie with her. We never got to pose because I somewhat modeled too, and it's from our first shoot. And it just, I will always cherish this photo, and I just wish we could have taken more. I just wish I could have spent more time with her. She was so beautiful. I loved her so much. She was always so happy. She was always smiling. I don't know. To those, her friends and family that are watching this, you sincerely have my greatest condolences. And that I feel your pain, and I don't know if your pain matches mine, or that we're all in pain, because I only knew her for like less than 2 years, but she had made an impact. And she was always so good to me and sweet. And it's just, whenever she had a bad day, the thing that I would send her the most is, I constantly always send her the, this one gift thing. Where is it at? Oh, here's another, just the conversations that I had with her. Hey, what's up? Sorry, your video, didn't reach out sooner. Yeah. I think it was with one of those feelings. I'd always send her like the virtual hug emoji actually that you get on Instagram, and it's just, this whole thing has been a nightmare actually, and I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop crying, and just I mean, she was way too beautiful for this world. She was, she was always smiling. She was always wanting to be creative. She was always seemed like she was full of life in her good. When she was on it, she was on it. She had passion. She had ambitions. She was always super friendly and everything like that. And she always actually had a very funny sense of humor too, if you can tell by her tattoos. And it's one of the things I find the most funniest is that she was. I noticed how much she was a big Pokemon fan. Like I think I was editing pictures of her once, and I'm thinking like, oh my god, there's Chansey, there's I forgot what other Pokemon are on there, but yeah, her tattoos were really cool. And in the final days of her in this past year, actually, she got a lot more extreme ones, and just I don't know, she had basically, I know she had her demons, she had her struggles. She had, I never really got to know much of the details and everything like that. I remember once, I think we were walking the boardwalk in Newport, and we saw a homeless person, and she was telling me of how grateful she was to her father that she didn't end up actually, like as a homeless drug fiend actually, and and I'm thinking like, some people, you made great choices, and you must have made a lot of great choices in life, and she, in my opinion, she did. She was able to once she got, keep her sobriety for so long, and she was always down and out. But the thing about it is, like, she always kept smiling. She always kept being strong. She always fought through a lot of things, and I'm just kind of like, my only I don't know. I mean, I'm going through a lot of like mixed emotions actually, because one of the things I feel, I don't know, everybody that I've talked to in the past 24 hours has told me don't blame yourself, anything, but I just wish that I could have reached out to her better. I wish I could have reached out to her instead of I had a whole month where I wasn't speaking to her. And the thing about it is, it's it was dumb, because after our last conversation, I kind of was like, okay, I guess I'm not going to talk to you for a while, and I should have, instead I was going to maybe chat with her, but I didn't get the chance to. I didn't basically get a chance to strike up a conversation, and I didn't get to see what was going on. And she I just wish maybe a simple, either a text or a DM or something. And I saw that she wasn't being active, and I thought she was maybe finally, I think maybe after her sense of whatever she went through, she had decided that the best thing to do is just to turn off social media, delete the app off your phone, because these damn apps, basically what they do to your mind is insane. And especially to the ones who are more vulnerable and stuff. And she social media, in my opinion, is basically it causes a lot of problems, and it just basically, it fucks with your cognitive system and everything like that. And I assume that she wanted to just get away from the toxicity and just enjoy the real world while she could, and focus on more positive things, and just just delete the app. And I thought I made the assumption that I thought that's the route that she was going, where she was just gonna okay, I'm not gonna pay attention to social media for a while, and I'm okay, I'm not gonna bug her, this and that, because I didn't want to trigger anything. I didn't want to basically set her off. I don't know how she ultimately felt about me. I'm sure she loved me too. And I constantly am just reading her text messages and just reading her messages in between the two of us. And she really loved me and everything like that. And I don't know how she just truly felt, but it's just, I loved her too. And just I really just wish that I just could have just done more in the last in this past month. I wish I could have just told her, instead of maybe waiting days, I should have just hit her up immediately, go hey, what was wrong, what was going on, yada yada yada, I need to talk to you, I should just talk to you, I should just go back to talking to you every day like I used to. And and I just, my dumbass basically just didn't, all because I was just too blinded by, or too oblivious to basically the polarization of what's going on. And I don't want to talk too much into this and that, but it's just basically, I felt like it was just my own stupidity of the fact that I was just too busy with myself, of either my exercising or my own projects or something, and just I didn't know what to make of it and stuff. And I'm just kind of I look at all this, and I'm just she left she talked about how much she loved her father and a lot. And what the hell is this garbage? Get out of this. She yeah, I don't know. I'm not even sure exactly what else to bring up other than just basically, if you have any of you actually who are watching this, like, actually have friends who have these kinds of patterns where it's like they're always in a state of depression and they just basically they've got their negative thoughts, like, don't really reach out to them more. Like, we all should be communicating with each other a little bit more, maybe not through the social medias and everything like that, maybe just simple text or simple something, I'm not sure, or just maybe try to just stay more in tune with all of into each other's lives, because you never know basically when's the last time you're going to see this person. And just, I saw her in May, like a week after her birthday, and she was just full of joy, and it was just great. And I just wish I could have followed up on the projects that I wanted to do with her. And those are my regrets. And I can just, and one of the things that pains me the more is that I don't mean to be too insensitive in any kind of way, but I can just imagine the pain. I can barely imagine the pain that she must have been in, that she must have felt so lonely and unloved and abandoned, and she just and she didn't have anybody in the world to reach out to, or that could be with her physically or anything like that. And I could always just tell, just basically, that this is somebody who just wants to be loved. And the way how I see it, she was loved and adored by a lot of people, and it's just devastating that that someone who I knew for like such a little so what you could say maybe like a very little time, that basically could have such an impact, and then and they could just be gone like nothing. I'm sorry, these constant tears. I'm Becca. I mean, the thing that makes it even the most, I don't know, but yeah, it's just imagining her pain. It's just so much hard to handle, and just I don't know exactly what happened to her. I don't know the details. I only know what her mother posted. And I don't want to speculate or any of this and that, but it just basically I wish I could reach out to her father, or find something or whatever, or just basically just accumulate some sort of community, or just talk to others and basically to remember her. I mean, and the thing, and I don't know, and as much as everybody tells me, it's like, at least remember the good times you had with her, but it's just too overwhelming to know that the fact that she is gone, and that I can never speak to her again, or I can never smile, or I can never see her smile again, and I can never know anything. And it just, these last 24 hours I've just been like, can I answer a phone call? I've been calling her phone just to hear her voice. And hopefully maybe I'd be more of a ring that her phone's back on or something, and it's like, hey, and then it's like, wait, I don't know what's going on, blah blah, or that I could just visit her or something, and I just basically, and then I find out that she's still there, but at her home and with her father. I don't think I'm sure, most likely I'm sure that's not likely, and I don't know, I'm just so full of grief, just so. She was too beautiful for this world. She really was. It's just we did not deserve her. She was too good. She was pure. She was always so sweet. And it's just, I don't know what else to say other than just basically that to those that loved her, to her family, you have my greatest condolences, and I'm incredibly devastated to this news, and I wish your family all the best. I wish your family and friends all the best, and just the past few days I was actually constantly thinking about her prior to this news, And just thinking to myself, it's like, should I just message her? Should I just message her? Should I just message her, actually? And, I was constantly looking, and I didn't know what to do. I was just too distracted with my own fucking world around me and everything like that to know, but, to consider her more, and basically, and how much she truly means to me. And it just, I don't know. It was almost like, and all this constant thinking about her, actually. I mean, because, I had my, I was some, I mean, I don't know. I was somewhat a little, I don't know. I know we had our issues together. I mean, we had our issues against, but she once told me, actually, that, if she's angry at someone, it's never for long. And I kind of have like the same thing too. I usually try to leave a road to redemption for people. And, I don't know what happened to her that last day when when we spoke over Instagram messages. A month after I had last seen her. I don't know what had happened, and it's just basically I just why did I turn away? Why did I turn away? I should have called her either immediately or the following day and just see what was going on, see basically if she wanted to talk, see if I just wanted to I should have just let her know that, hey, I love you, I'm always here for you, and I'm pretty sure she knew that, and she knew that I was always there for her. There were days where it's like I woke up and she basically, she'd be like, I'd be getting text messages, or I mean, I'd getting messages from her like early in the morning. It was like the first thing that opened up, and just but I don't know. I mean, I just thinking about her, actually, in the last was it the last couple of days? I think it was also been throughout the weeks, and I learned that her death was on July 8th, but the news is like pretty much coming out that apparently this has all been everybody's been finding out within the past like 2 days since Friday, and and this really hits me, and I don't know how else to let go and just just stop, like this and that, and it just really it hurts that I'll never see her again, and I'll never be able to talk to her again, and I'll never be able to hug her again or anything, and just or tell her a bad pun, because she loved bad puns. Or once we last year, actually, the best day for me of 2020 was that I had gone to the beach, actually. I had gone to Orange County, actually, for the first time. I wanted to see Newport because I heard this and that, and this was during COVID, and also in the wake, actually, of the riots that happened out here in LA. I had escaped to Orange County because I saw the shit fest coming, and I had basically I went to the beach. I got to exercise for a bit. Then after that, I actually here's one funny story, actually. Here's a funny story to actually always remember, Becca, to those who are watching. She'd always take selfies outside of her house, right? She'd pose, actually, I think in her living room. I mean, no, she would pose in her in the front of her house. Let me see. Let me find a good photo. She'd always pose, actually, in her porch. Right, she'd pose in her porch. I guess there's no good ones here yet, but I remember once, basically, we were talking when I was at the beach in Newport for the very first time. I was running. I was pretty much done at the beach. I hung out, did my thing. I was texting her throughout the day, going like, "Hey, are we gonna hang out today? Yada yada yada. I'm in Newport, and I'm like, so there was like a period, I think maybe like an hour, where I'm like, I'm not getting anything back. And I'm like, we were just talking. I thought I could just come. She had given me the name of her street, but I didn't know exactly where she exactly lived. So I was just basically skating around and everything like that. And, I'm skating around, doing the thing. And then after that, I looked through her Instagram, actually, and I'm looking through her photos. And I'm looking at her porch. And then that's when I see the numbered address of her house. So I took the numbered address of her house, like the numbers, and I matched it with the address that she gave me, and I entered into Google Maps, and then I just followed it from there. And then after that, as soon as I got to her house, when I finally discovered it, I stood outside for maybe like 10 minutes just to get her father's attention because I didn't want to go to her father's house basically and just tell her what's up. Like, some stranger shows up to your house. It's not a good fucking thing. I just told her father the truth. Hi, I'm here to see Becca. Becca comes outside and she's like, oh my God, she apparently, I guess something had happened with her phone actually where she wasn't able to receive messages for a while. And I guess she had taken a nap or something. I'm not sure. And I just told her the story that, yeah, you didn't give me much detail, so I just found your house because apparently, I had found your house actually, because apparently you had the numbers on there. And wait, where was this at? Oh yeah. Oh wait, wrong thing. Yeah, I had found her house actually because apparently like the numbers were right on her house. And I just Google and I just used technology actually to find her house. And I know maybe some of you might be saying that's creepy, but whatever. Then I mean, obviously we were talking throughout the entire day, and then just after onwards, then we hung out at the beach. I took some photos of her. We were also hitting up our mutual friend because I had told our mutual friend that I was going down to the beach and everything like that. And then apparently it's like, after figuring out what to get to eat and everything like that, we ended up meeting up with our mutual friend, and we all got to take some pictures. We all got to hang out. We actually went to a bar, hanged out on the rooftop. Just, it felt so fucking amazing. It was me, Becca, and a couple of other people. Our mutual friend and two others at the time. We went to a place called Second Floor in Huntington Beach. We went to Main Street actually. Took some photos. Becca wasn't drinking. I had at least one drink, and it was just basically so everything was just super cool. I mean, eventually though, like I guess it got to a point where I think things might have gotten like a little bit too rowdy. And Becca, obviously, that's one of the things I love of having people with me around. But Becca just didn't want to do it, and Becca didn't want to go this and that or whatever. It was like, it's like whatever. I mean, I had to leave too actually because I wanted to get home actually before nightfall at that time. Becca basically asked me to leave, and that was pretty much the scapegoat about like, can I take her home? And that was just basically for all despite ways. And that day was was definitely the best day of 2020 for me, because it was just after like months of of so much demoralization with COVID and the lockdowns and stuff, and what I was facing basically when going back to LA with the riots, and while Orange County was pretty much was the paradise to escape to. It was friggin' what God, it was just kind of like a beacon of hope actually that there is like that there is actually like something for all of us actually, and then we can just find this and that. And I wanted to thank Becca for that day because she pretty much showed me like a perfect day, and it was just an amazing day. And she really loved that day too. She really needed that day because she got to be around people for the first time in a while, and despite COVID and everything like that. And it's just I kind of wish we honestly could have had many more days like that, and that's the thing that I really really regret, and that we didn't get to spend more time basically socially interacting with other people, her and I actually, and just basically being wing buddies and stuff and all this and that. And it's just it would have, and just just having like a great time actually, because I know she loved being around people, like she loved people, she really really did. And just this she was too beautiful for this world, and I don't think we're never going to see someone like her enter this planet ever again. And just, I don't know. Do we deserve her? And do we deserve to? Do we deserve it? I don't know. But just, I don't know what else actually to speak about other than basically more stories about her than, I had shot with her. We had chatted all the time actually. I mean, she really loved It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like, she'd quote that show all the time, and Sunny was awesome. And I actually like and I don't know, man, it was so, but even Sunny couldn't save her actually in any kind of way, because I remember in one of the last conversations that I had with her, I wanted to talk to her about a particular episode of Sunny of Philadelphia that I watched actually, and I was like, I wanted to get her opinion on it, and she didn't want to hear it. She was just so stricken with anger and rage that she couldn't take her mind off of it in one of our final conversations. And I was just like, I don't know, this whole thing just basically just really eats at me, and I don't know how to deal with it. And other than basically I've just been crying, I've just been thinking about it actually, and it just basically going through the stages of grief. And constantly just, I can't get my mind. I don't want to get my mind off of it. I want to remember her. I just want to, yeah. No, but my other thoughts actually, when I said actually that I'd been thinking about her prior to these news, I mean, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I felt like it feels like now actually, learning that she had died on the 8th, maybe her spirit was trying to contact me. And I'm not, I don't know how to give in to, I don't know too much or whatever, but, I've got some spiritual sense in the terms of, like, basically the spiritual world is not, it does, I'm pretty sure there are bigger things other than what we know, beyond our own reality. But, and I wouldn't be surprised if some essence of her, like, still exists on this planet, and or maybe just somewhere above that's able to interconnect with all of us. And just, I felt like she was trying to reach me actually these last couple of days, and just, and seeing all this, I'm just like, man, why couldn't I have done more? Why couldn't I have reached out to her more? And I'm just like, I don't know what else actually to say. I mean, I've been talking about this for quite a while, and who knows if anybody is going to watch the whole thing, but I just want to actually just say it, and I'll end on some notes. But I mean, I don't know what else to say other than just I don't know, maybe other things that can come to me later, and maybe I'll just post about it or something. But I wanted to get a video out, mainly because, I'd rather speak from the heart. I'd rather just speak from the heart, actually, than just basically make like a short story on Instagram or anything, actually talking about all this, because this woman was bigger than all that. Then, she deserved better. She deserved better. She didn't deserve this. She deserved to grow old. She deserved to be with someone who actually loved her. She deserved, just to be able to succeed in life, to do anything she wanted to. She didn't deserve her fate. She didn't deserve this. I don't know the full details of exactly what happened, but no, she didn't deserve to go out this way. She was too good for this world. And I always had the highest hopes. I mean, I always, so, to those of you who knew her, who love her, who grieve her, who miss her, I just wanted to just say that I have you all in my hearts. and that seriously, she was, I don't know how else I can describe it, but other than you have my deepest sympathies and condolences. I just wish that I could hear more. I just wish I could just talk more and remember her more. I want to go see her father, and just possibly just visit him just to see how he's doing. If because I can't imagine the pain he must be in right now. I mean, I'm sure it's not as worse as mine, but I'm sure it's worse than mine. But I just don't know. I think I don't know what else more to say other than I guess I just want to wrap things up with, like, again, to everybody who loved her, knew her, cherished her, was a family, was a friend, just my heart goes out to you. And one last thing that just, Becca, if some part of you, if your spirit, can hear me, I just want you to know that I love you, and that I miss you, and that I always wished the best for you, and that I'm sorry that I couldn't be there for you to the best of my abilities. I mean, I tried. I did everything I could, and that I didn't get to be there for you, and that I'm sorry that the loneliness you must have felt, the unlove you must have felt, you didn't deserve that. You deserve to be loved. You don't deserve to be alone. You deserve to be cherished. And if you could hear me, I just want you to know all that. And I will forever miss you. Alright. Rest in peace, Becca Prince. Rest in peace, Becca Prince. You were such a sweet angel. And I hope that wherever you are, you found the peace and the serenity that you were looking for, and that you're no longer, and that you're not happy, and that you're no longer lonely anymore. I always wish the best for you, and wherever you've gone to. I just hope you found the peace that you were looking for. I love you, Becca Prince. Goodbye.